afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Not a bad day around here.
I know. The big storm to the south of us, people are either very relieved or very jealous. I've heard both reactions today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll get to the weather in just a minute. But first, here's what's making news today.
And last night, yet again, over what seems to be, just a silly, stupid dispute on Facebook, on social media. Guns entered the foray, and people were shot.
Today, we're finding out the motive behind a shooting that took place last night in a Milwaukee high school parking lot.
Assembly Democrats gathered together to try to reinstate the 48-hour waiting period for weapons.
And the country is going through a blood shortage during the pandemic, but UW students are doing their best to help out. But first, the Milwaukee police chief says a fight that led to a shooting outside a high school happened due to a dispute on social media. 5
people were shot. All of them are in the hospital this afternoon. Officers were called to Rufus King High School for a report of a fight between 2 women during a girls' high school basketball game. A large group gathered to watch, and that is when police say a man shot a gun several times, injuring the 5. Acting Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson says behavior like this from adults is unacceptable.
Kids in our city were shot over Facebook, social media. And the worst part about it is that while those kids were shot, it was the adults in their lives that brought the guns into the equation.
Milwaukee police continue to search for an unknown male suspect. It was 6 years ago that Governor Scott Walker repealed the law requiring dealers not sell firearms until a 48-hour background check is completed.
But now there's a move to change that. Charlotte DeLeste is here to tell us why. Charlotte?
Mark and Susan, that law had been in place for 40 years, and now Democrats are introducing legislation that would reinstate the 48-hour waiting period. This comes on the 6-year anniversary of the shooting death of Caroline Nozel. She died at the hands of a co-worker who bought a gun the day before the incident. That 48-hour cooling period was no longer in place. Caroline's family is supporting this push because it could have made a difference for Caroline and many other victims.
Would it have been worth the inconvenience and the cost of waiting 48 hours to obtain a firearm and perhaps save a life? My family and many others think so.
Senator Melissa Agard is the person introducing this, saying everyone should have the freedom to live, work, and play without violence. She emphasized today that we can avoid senseless acts of violence by choosing a safer path for Wisconsin.
Charlotte, thank you. A 65-year-old woman who suffered serious injuries following a hit-and-run crash on Madison's east side over the weekend died Monday. The crash happened Saturday on Milwaukee Street at North Stoughton Road. After the crash, the suspect reportedly ran from the scene to a nearby home. He eventually turned himself in. He was arrested on a number of tentative charges.
Well, let's take a look outside on this second day of February. Bundled up is the way to go these days.
Oh, that's cute. Taking a walk to school?
But only a couple of days like this. Dana's in the backyard to tell us when we might get some relief.
It is certainly colder outside today, but we'll finally get closer or back closer to average as we look ahead to next week. I do have some sun coming through right now for us. We've had a sunny sky for some areas this evening. You go further to the south, a little more cloud coverage south of Dane County and a lot more snow coming down south of Wisconsin. Here's a live look at downtown. Again, a bit of a clearing sky currently. Overall temperatures in the middle teens with wind chills close to the single digits. This is a significant drop since yesterday. A 22-degree drop for Madison and a 19-degree drop in Monroe. That's thanks to this breeze coming in from the west-northwest. It'll help temperatures cool down quite a bit yet again overnight and lead to a cold start to our Thursday and Friday mornings. We'll look at the cool trend coming to an end next week in just a few minutes. As far as traffic is concerned right now, you might need the shades for the ride home, east and westbound along the Beltline. No accidents to report, but we are seeing a few slowdown spots eastbound. As we look south into Rock County, downtown Janesville looks smooth this evening, and north and southbound on the interstate in Rock County and in Dane County look good. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, downtown to Sun Prairie, 18 minutes, so everything's sitting in a pretty normal spot for us right now. Again, bundle up this evening and for the next few days, but relief is in sight. We'll look ahead to next week in just a few.
Big sigh there. Dana, thank you. And as Dana mentioned, a major winter storm is barreling across much of the country, bringing with it a dangerous combination of snow, ice, wind, and bitterly cold temperatures. Nearly 100 million Americans from the Rockies to Maine are under winter weather alerts. Heavy snow in the Kansas City, Missouri metro area brought traffic to a halt Wednesday morning. Several semi-trucks crashed on Interstate 70, causing huge backups. Plows tried to stay ahead of the snow before dawn in Lansing, Michigan.
Allow for extra time when you're coming up to that stop sign and you're exiting off that ramp or the traffic light, because on a day like today, when you go to hit your brakes, you're going to slide significantly.
Workers cleared the sidewalks in downtown Chicago, while 20 miles away, crews responded to reports of a roof collapse at a tire facility. Temperatures are expected below freezing in many parts of the country, including Texas, nearly a year after a catastrophic freeze caused massive power outages. The hazardous conditions are expected to stick around through the end of the week. President Biden has ordered the U.S. military to send more forces to Europe in response to a Russian troop buildup along his border with Ukraine.
Natalie Brand has the latest from Capitol Hill.
The Pentagon says it's deploying more U.S. forces to Eastern Europe at the request of NATO allies concerned Russia will invade Ukraine.
We are making it clear that we're going to be prepared to defend our NATO allies if it comes to that. Hopefully it won't come to that.
2,000 soldiers will be leaving from Fort Bragg in North Carolina to posts in Germany and Poland. Another 1,000 troops will be moving from Germany to Romania.
These are not permanent moves. They are moves designed to respond to the current security environment. Moreover, these forces are not going to fight in Ukraine. They're going to ensure the robust defense of our NATO allies.
Today, the Russian Ministry of Defense released this video showing its army conducting joint military exercises with Belarus near the border.
There is one aggressor here. That aggressor is Russia. They are the ones who have gathered tens of thousands of troops on the border. They are the ones who are threatening to invade a sovereign country.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have been pushing to send more resources to Ukraine and NATO allies in a show of U.S. support against the Russian threat.
Send the Ukrainians weapons they can fight with, anti-tank weaponry, ground-to-air missiles. Give them a chance to inflict some real damage on the Russians if they, in fact, come in.
U.S. officials say Russia has shown no clear signs of de-escalation, but the State Department continues to urge Russian President Vladimir Putin to pursue diplomacy. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A star witness in former President Trump's 2019 Ukraine impeachment is suing some of Trump's allies. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman has filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump Jr., Rudy Giuliani, and former Trump White House staffers. He alleges they tried to intimidate him from testifying about a phone call between Trump and the president of Ukraine, and then retaliated against him when he did. Vindman is seeking an unspecified amount in damages.
A special delivery for hospital workers at SSM Health today. Representatives from WPS wanted to show their appreciation for work done by doctors, nurses, and staff during the pandemic. So they first made a stop at Costco to grab some treats before heading to the COVID unit. Before COVID, WPS would sponsor pizza parties for the staff. However, this grab-and-go situation fit better with today's perimeters.
We see in the hospital what you see in the community, so we really appreciate a staff's not able to always get their meal breaks or get their snack breaks, to kind of have something that's individually wrapped that they can grab and kind of fill them up and energize them and keep them out on the floor.
As the WPS was boosting staff morale, they also wanted to remind the public to get boosted.
If we've learned anything from the pandemic, it is that the older you are, the more dangerous COVID can be. And that's why SSM Health held a booster clinic at the Jefferson, a retirement community in Middleton. A representative from the Jefferson said it was very helpful for SSM Health to come to them, as very few of the residents of this community drive a car. Nancy Diebold was one of 25 people who received their booster doses today.
I got the booster shot today. And the funny part of it is that I was supposed to get it in November, but I ended up in the hospital with COVID. And so I'm sure glad to get it today.
A representative from the Jefferson stressed how important getting the booster is to maintaining the active social life that they try to provide to their residents.
Well, Badgers are showing today they really do bleed red. The Red Cross hosted a blood drive at UW-Madison. The university is competing with other colleges in the Big Ten to collect the most blood throughout the month. Students were able to help out in the middle of the national blood shortage, the lowest in nearly 10 years, according to the Red Cross.
So about 20% of the blood supply is from young people, like students here at the university. So having blood drives that are close to where they live, work, and play is very important.
This drive had 200 appointments, and they were all filled today. Additional blood drives will be held on campus and around Madison throughout the month of February. We'll have more information on how you can donate at channel3000.com. Good for them.
Yeah.
Well, the Olympic opening ceremonies in Beijing do not happen until Friday, but some of the competition already underway.
That's right, including curling, and that means McFarland's Matt Hamilton is already going for the gold. We talked with Matt before he left, and we'll have that conversation for you when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
This is big for heartburn sufferers. Zantac 360 Degrees has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Zantac 360.
Open late, early, weekends, after double shifts, during lunch breaks, in between grocery shopping, side gigs, and picking up the kiddos. Drop off your docs, upload online, or file on the go. At Jackson Hewitt, we work around your schedule so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
You and me, partner, we meet center of town, high noon.
Hold on. Nope, Daisy's got last one lessons at noon.
Okay, high 2 o'clock?
I got a spur fitting at 2 o'clock. How's about 3?
I'm getting thrown through a saloon window at 3.
We don't need any more overscheduling, but we could all use more ways to save.
I can squeeze you in between swim class and Kevin's Harper saddle at 3:30.
I was eating beans at 3:30.
Right.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
Tell you what about Tuesday?
It's time to take your sleep to the next level with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses actively adapt to your body's pressure points, giving you a more personal sleep experience than ever before. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at $23.99. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress set purchase. Upgrade your sleep with a Tempur Ergo Smart Base that automatically adjusts to snoring, giving you a great night's sleep. Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
Well, they're iced up in the winter, they're foggy in the summer. Chips, cracks, and sags can be quite a bummer. If you're not sure, then look for these clues, 'cause you may suffer from the vinyl window blues.
I'm Scott, the window guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our windows don't ice up, fog, chip, crack, or sag because we use a solid core composite frame that's 400% stronger than vinyl.
Get $225 off per window at scottthewindowguy.com.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Welcome back, everyone. NASA is retiring or getting ready to retire the International Space Station after 3 decades in orbit.
The agency is planning to crash the ISS into the most remote part of the Pacific Ocean in January of 2031. The area known as Point Nemo has been the crash site for hundreds of pieces of space debris over the years. Since launching in 2000, the ISS has orbited 227 nautical miles above the Earth. It's been a temporary home to more than 200 astronauts from 19 countries. Without the ISS, NASA will rely on the private sector to help continue scientific research in space.
The Washington football team officially has a new name. This morning, the NFL announced on social media it will now be known as the Washington Commanders, sharing the new name on Twitter with the hashtag #TakeCommand. The Commanders also unveiled a new logo, which features a stylized W in 2 colors, burgundy and gold, a gold outline, and then gold with a burgundy outline.
We landed on this in part because we believe the Washington Commanders can carry the rich legacy of this team, a championship legacy. It's got the weight and heft of something that is befitting a 90-year franchise.
The team has been the Washington football team for 2 seasons after changing its name in 2020 from the Redskins.
A former football coach is suing the National Football League and 3 teams over racial discrimination. Brian Flores filed a lawsuit Tuesday against the NFL, the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, and the Miami Dolphins. The 40-year-old claims the Giants held an interview with him for their vacant head coaching job, even though they had already chosen someone else. Flores said it was all a ruse to comply with a rule that requires every team interview at least 2 external minority candidates for open coaching positions. The 4-time Super Bowl winning coach knows this lawsuit could hurt his future career, but he says it's time to level the playing field.
This is bigger than me. This is bigger than football. Many have come before and done a lot to create change in this country for people of color. And I just felt like, in this instance, it was my turn to step up and be an agent for change, and I'm proud to do that.
Flores also accuses the Dolphins of offering him $100,000 for every game he lost during the first season to position the team for a high draft pick. The Dolphins let Flores go last month after Miami missed qualifying for the playoffs.
Well, sorry, Pharrell Williams and Bobby McFerrin. Americans, it turns out, are not happy. According to a new Gallup poll, only 38% of Americans say they are satisfied. That number was 48% in 2020, before the pandemic began. 41% of recipients said they were satisfied on aspects of life like overall quality, how the government works, and the influence of organized religion. But on issues of policy like the economy, education, crime, and abortion, only 35% reported satisfaction. It mirrors a Marist College poll that found the number of Americans who are optimistic, more optimistic than pessimistic, fell to 49% last year. That marks the first time it dropped below 50% since the survey began in 2009.
Well, stocks rose for a 4th straight session. The Dow Industrials added 224 points, closing at 35,629. The NASDAQ gained 71. The S&P 500 was up 42. Well, the Winter Olympics in Beijing begin this week with the opening ceremony on Friday. It'll be 7 a.m. here, which is 8 p.m. in China.
The competition is already underway in several events, including curling. All eyes are on the pride of McFarland, Nina Roth, and Becca and Matt Hamilton. I had a chance to talk with the defending gold medalist before he left for Beijing.
I'm super excited. This last 4 years seems to have gone by really fast, so it's already upon us. So I'm pretty pumped to give it another whirl and hopefully run it back.
Yeah, you have been here before, but how do you think Beijing is going to be different than Pyeongchang?
Obviously, my family and friends don't get to go and cheer, so that's a downside. But I do have my sister, which is more than most people can say. So I do have one family member that's going to be there to support me and whatnot. So It's going to be different, but given this current climate and like what we've been through, we've played a world championship in front of no fans before. So I think we're mentally prepared to for pretty much whatever they can throw at us.
How has the pandemic affected your practices? Have you been able to travel to games, or I mean, how have you navigated this in an Olympic year?
Yeah, so normally at this time in the season, I would be at about 90 games of curling, like competitive curling matches in the season, and I'm probably at like 20. So
wow.
It's a little bit different, but I have spent a lot more time practicing and getting stones in that regard. So it's a little bit different, but I've obviously played in a lot of big events and played a lot of curling. So I'm pretty excited to get out there and play with the team again because we have a great team system and, I'm just excited to see what we can do.
What about Becca? Did you and Becca have to qualify separately? I understand. Was that a little bit nerve-wracking who qualified first for the Olympics?
Well, Becca qualified first. Her team is so good. So good. And not to take anything away from the second place U.S. team, but Becca's team was head and shoulders the best team in the women's side. My team took a similar route as we did the last go around, where when we got to the best of 3 finals, we lost the first game and then had to win 2 straight to qualify for the Olympics. So it was probably a little more nerve-wracking for her because she was able to do her thing, win fast, and basically just sit back and watch Big Brother hopefully make it there too.
Have there been any kind of send-off ceremonies or anything fun in McFarland getting ready for the Olympics?
We're locking down. We're not even if they threw one, it would be like a virtual one or something. So unfortunately, yeah, it's very different send-off than it was the last go around. There's a lot more pageantry and I miss it being the social butterfly that I am. But
yes.
Again, I want to keep everybody safe, not just me not getting sick to go there, but if I was ever sick and got someone sick, I would feel just terrible. So it was for the best. And, I'm pretty understanding what's going on. I just try and control the things I can and everything else just kind of go with the flow.
Well, best of luck. We're so excited for you. Everybody in Wisconsin is going to be glued to the television, rooting you on. Bring that gold back again. Come on, we got to make it a twofer.
Yeah, that sure would be fun, huh?
Safe travels and enjoy the games. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much.
Now, the curling bonspiel has already started. The men's and women's competition starts on Wednesday, February 9th. So set your recording devices for that. And don't forget, there are 5 members of the Badger women's hockey team competing in the Olympics. The U.S. Olympic women's hockey team enters the tournament as the defending gold medalists. They play their first game tomorrow night against Finland.
All right, Susan, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Good luck to everybody.
Yes,
a lot of Badger spirit over there. Well, still to come at 4, a special bond between a father and daughter.
When we come back, it's one that is more than skin deep. That's coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way. way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the PowerSwab's 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. PowerSwabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order PowerSwabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free PowerSwabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
Well, take a look at this. Little Molly is not a fan of this new interactive cactus toy. The 10-month-old can't quite figure out what she's seeing right in front of her. She was given the popular prickly prancing plant as a Christmas gift. Her parents decided to record her initial reaction with the dancing cactus, and it turned into video gold.
At least she's not crying.
It's just, what the heck is happening?
Her face is so expressive.
Yeah, she is a cutie. Well, crowds gathered, the mayor spoke, and a special groundhog was center stage.
It wasn't Punxsutawney Phil, it was Sun Prairie's Jimmy, and he did not see his shadow. Jimmy's prognostication means an early spring is coming to southern Wisconsin. The Groundhog Day ceremony returned as an in-person event in downtown Sun Prairie this year after last year's event was held virtually. Jimmy also predicted an early spring last year, by the way. This is the third time in 4 years Jimmy has called for an early start to spring.
We will have early spring. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, good job, Jimmy. That's always good for us politicians when it's early spring.
Okay, now there's a little controversy because Jimmy disagreed with his cousin in Pennsylvania, Punxsutawney Phil, who called for 6 more weeks of winter this year. Sun Prairie officials say Jimmy is never wrong about his predictions, blaming any incorrect proclamations on translation errors between Jimmy and the mayor of Sun Prairie, because you know Jimmy whispers in the mayor's ear. We'll eventually know which groundhog is the most certified most accurate rodent in a couple of weeks.
Love it. I love it.
I don't think the scientists are a big fan of all this.
No. I mean, I am never going to shoot down a cute little fuzzy animal. I'm all for them having their TV moment, but I think Gary Canalti's got a bit of a gripe with the groundhogs.
He doesn't like it.
He's not a fan.
One of Austin's uncles is one of the guys that is in the Punxsutawney Phil group.
Yeah, which is super cool because it is like an exclusive.
It's called the Inner Circle.
Yes. All right,
so there you have it.
Mark can start his application. Maybe.
I got to grow the beard and get the hat.
I know. I think you could start that right now.
All right, you got it.
It is cold outside. Certainly doesn't feel like an early spring is around the corner, but the cold pretty short-lived for us. Actually, won't last too long. We'll take a closer look here full today right after the break.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Everything from decks and pergolas to screen rooms, porch conversions, patio rooms, sunrooms, and our new life room with retractable screens are on sale now. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get a new view from CoolView.
Join Planet Fitness today for zero enrollment. Zero. Like a bagel. And it's only $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Bagels are awesome.
Enjoy tons of equipment for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone. But the part that'll really get you going is that post-workout high. Look at that glow.
Oh, it's all natural.
It's this place, I tell you. Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 2nd.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Oh, it is colder outside for us right now, temperature-wise. We are in the middle teens throughout southern Wisconsin with wind chills close to zero in the low single digits for most of the area. And compared to this time yesterday, it is quite a drop, almost a 20-degree drop in the last 24 hours. So a cold front has passed on through, bringing for us just cooler temperatures, but to the south, significant snowfall stretching through Wichita, St. Louis, southern Chicago, and all the way up towards Detroit. And they're going to see here in central Illinois another round come through later tonight into tomorrow morning. So it's quite an event for much of the heart of the country. This is going to continue to push east, so we're already seeing travel cancellations, of course, throughout the Midwest. That's likely going to continue as we look towards our friends on the East Coast with this event building in over the next about 36 hours. Right now, the cloud coverage for us staying pretty steady overnight. Temperatures dropping down to the mid-single digits overnight with wind chills landing just below zero for early Thursday morning. Afternoon high temperatures on Thursday will be in the mid-teens yet again. We'll get a bit of sunshine coming through for Thursday afternoon, partly sunny skies. Friday morning, that'll be the cold one. Our overnight temperatures will drop below zero with wind chills generally in the 5 to 15 below zero range for most of the area early Friday morning. So it's going to be cool outside early in the day. We might even see a few flurries swirling around in the afternoon. Most of the area should stay dry, but we do have a chance to have some scattered flurries for us late Friday with high temperatures climbing up through the teens. So the cold trend at least lasting through the end of the week, but that's about it. By the time we get into the weekend, we start to climb up just a little bit. And temperatures heading into next week get a little more mild outside. Highs will be in the mid to low 30s. Overnight lows turning above average. In general, pretty dry also. We have that flurry chance on Friday, but otherwise a really dry forecast through most of next week. We're not really seeing any precipitation chances building in. Partly sunny sky for tomorrow, very cold with high temperatures in the low teens. Friday in the upper teens with scattered flurries late in the day. Saturday morning, we're back below zero with wind chills in the 5 to 15 below range. Sunday climbing through the 20s. We stay in the mid-20s for Monday, and by the middle of next week, that's when we have that nice little mild break, climbing to the mid to low 30s with overnight lows near 20 for us. That extends likely towards the end of the week, and we could see some flurry chances building in for the back half of the work week, but right now this looks mostly dry. So what we have on the ground right now definitely will stay through the next few days with the colder temperatures, but we could see a little more melting next week with temps warming up and could need a little bit more of that snowpack right now. I know we had a lot of melting happening yesterday, guys, with those milder temperatures. And it does look like we don't have a lot of snow to add back in through the 10-day.
I talked to my brother. He lives in suburban Chicago, and at 9 o'clock this morning, he already had a foot of snow at his house.
Same. My family, Central Illinois, and I'm getting pictures of the snow that we usually see here in Wisconsin, but it really pulled to the south today.
But pretty close.
Yeah. Very close.
I was wondering, is that a wolf in that picture before?
A coyote, actually. A coyote. We actually had a few phone calls of folks asking about that.
Well, I'm asking too. Now we know. Thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
A 4-year-old girl with a heart defect was left with scars that made her feel a little different from everybody else.
That is until her dad decided to get a matching tattoo.
Laura Podesta has this heartwarming story.
4-year-old Everly Baki knows her heart is special. Everly had 3 open heart surgeries before her first birthday, and her lingering scar recently inspired her dad to get one of his own.
Is that what you two call it? A zipper?
Yeah, the zipper, yep.
Matt Baki got a replica tattooed right on his chest.
Some years down the road, we'll be at the beach or the pool or whatever, and if she's feeling shy or whatever the case may be, we'll be buddies and we'll have it, we'll go through that together.
The Bakis have been going through it together since they first learned of Everly's congenital heart defect when mom Lauren was 33 weeks pregnant.
I was very emotional those last few weeks, mostly just because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Congenital heart disease is the most common birth defect, affecting about 40,000 babies each year.
For the vast majority of the congenital heart diseases, it's not as serious as what Everly has.
Dr. Joshua Wong of Advocate Children's Hospital in Illinois is Everly's cardiologist.
As she ages and grows, she will need at least 2, maybe 3 more open heart surgeries to upsize that valve.
She's fatigued. She's not, she doesn't have as much energy as your average 4-year-old, but that's her norm, but she's happy. She doesn't know any different.
But Everly knows one thing for sure.
Do you know what hearts mean?
What do hearts mean, Evie?
Love.
Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
And Everly's mom also got a tattoo, an image of an EKG with her children's initials on her forearm.
The Bakis also teach their kids to embrace their differences and to be accepting of other people's too.
Those are some good parents there. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we take some time to remember some fun moments in the 608.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we mark 6 years since the death of a 24-year-old Madison woman killed by gun violence. Caroline Nozel. That's coming up at 5.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, I'm gonna be there.
KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy been treated in my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, KEYTRUDA and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. KEYTRUDA is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. KEYTRUDA may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, KEYTRUDA helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. KEYTRUDA from Merck. Ask your doctor about KEYTRUDA.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
6 years after the murder of a young woman by a former co-worker, we talk with the victim's father about the family's fight to reinstate a safeguard on gun purchases that they think could have saved the life of Carolyn Nozel.
While temperatures will be very cold for the next couple of days, we should see near normal temperatures for early February, returning by this weekend. At 5, I'll tell you if we can expect even milder weather next week.
Then at 6, we're looking deeper into unsolved homicides that have plagued Beloit and why so many people are afraid to speak up with info that could help solve these crimes. On News 3 now at 6.
Well, we
got a glimpse of it.
briefly saw the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. There it is. Giving the old weather satellite a spin. Looks like a nice day there. 61 degrees.
Beautiful day there.
San Francisco. Well, it's a big week in the 608 as we celebrate 1 year of showcasing positive stories in the communities we call home.
Today, our Josh Spreiter is taking a look back at more of the fun in the 608 over the past 365 days.
7:35, 10-8.
10-4, 7:35. Have fun, Josh.
You're a school bus driver now.
I'll try not to crash it before it's set to be unveiled to the public later today.
Yeah, we're here at the Cottage Grove Fire Department. I don't know which view you're looking at, but I'm hanging on for dear life right now.
You really have to be a quick thinker sometimes. It's like,
you know, it is another benefit. The golf ball is actually being tracked constantly. So when you hit
too much.
You want to kind of scrub that all over, especially up here. When you come back to Litchfield, you want to wash my cows?
I totally could. I could totally do that, Hannah.
So the pressure's on here.
Yes, it is.
There goes the corn.
Now it's coming up to speed. Keeping your nose to the grindstone.
Hang on there.
And just crank it a few times and keep moving it. There you go.
Oh, wow. It does all the work, basically.
One more.
All right. Ooh, that's nice and warm. Here we go. Here we go. That's fresh. I also have the sugar all over the lips this morning, too. Our special coverage continues through the rest of this week on News 3 Now this morning and live at 4. In the 608, Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
And remember, you can always rewatch Josh's stories by going to channel3000.com and clicking on the In the 608 tab.
You'll find an interactive map on everywhere Josh has been over the past year, literally making the donuts. Yes. On a freezing winter day, let's think green and talk about plants.
Let's do that, shall we? Call now if you have a question for Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company. There she is. Hi, Lisa. The number to call, 608-270-9933. We'll take your calls when Live at 4 continues.
The Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show is coming, and admission is free. Shop, compare, and save big. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center.
I tried a laxative that's both gentle and fast.
Great tasting Dalgalac Soft Chews works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. Puts you comfortably in control. Dalgalac Soft Chews.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, For $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Well, traffic doesn't look so bad right now. In fact, a lot of green popping up in Dane County, which is good news. East and westbound along the Beltline, no major delays. And downtown Madison, we do have a few slow and go spots, but no major brake lights popping up. And certainly no accidents to report right now. Rock County looks very similar. Janesville smooth, and the interstate north and southbound a smooth sail for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. How bad's the weather in St. Louis? A front-wheel drive vehicle was barreling down the highway, and at least one of the back tires was not moving. It appears it was stuck on some ice. The wheel in the vehicle likely froze into place overnight. The person who shot the video says the wheel was spinning a short time later. But here's a warning. Check your tires before hitting the road.
Wow, what a sight.
That had to make a lot of noise.
Yes.
Stop the Buick and check it out. All right, Lisa Briggs is taking your plant and garden questions today.
It's a great day. If you want to talk to Lisa, we have 3 lines open at 608-270-9933. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good to see you. And let's go ahead and get right to the phones, and we will start with Joan in New Glarus. Hi, Joan, what's your question?
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
I had a peace lily, and it started to the leaves kind of were wilting and not doing so good. So I thought I should replant it. Well, I replanted it, and now it's even more droopy. Do I replant it again? Do I put it in maybe I got too big a pot?
Well, when you repot houseplants, you want to do it only maybe an inch around in the diameter. So if it's in a 6-inch pot, you can put it up to an 8-inch pot. That being said, it's not the best time of year to do it. You want to wait until maybe the end of February when the days are starting to get longer. When you repot, that new potting soil holds a lot of extra water, and so it might be being overwatered. So make sure you let it dry out between waterings. The other thing with peace lilies is, especially at this time of year, is they don't like drafts. So if you have it in a place where maybe it's by a door or maybe a window where the insulation isn't great, you might want to move it out of that spot because they really like a warmer spot and not anything that's a little bit chilly.
All right.
All right, that's a beautiful one, Lisa.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
It is a lovely one.
All right, let's go to Karen now in Roscoe, Illinois. Hi, Karen.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I have a question. I just got my Christmas cactus this past Christmas, and I'd like to know when I can transplant it, please.
So Christmas cactus, if they're newer, they will transplant if you're careful, although not yet. Like I said, wait until maybe the end of February or early March. If they're really big ones, they kind of resent it. So just sit tight with what you've got right now. Remember that they're a succulent, so they don't need a ton of water. Generally, for every diameter of the pot width, then that is like maybe a week between waterings. So this is in a 6-inch pot, so you probably wouldn't need to water this. Once a month might be too much.
Really?
So make sure that you don't overwater, and make sure it gets plenty of sun.
I have to tell you, it's still alive. I'm surprised.
Oh, good. Excellent.
That's good news.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's go to LaToya in Madison. Hi, LaToya, what's your question?
Hello. So I have 4 different types of houseplants, and I have gnats coming from them. So I did some research, and it said that you can use sand to suffocate it, but now it's killing off my plant. So what should I do?
The best thing for fungus gnats, and they are a little creature that, oh, Scott's going to bring me some stuff. They are a little creature that lives in the soil and is eating the decaying organic matter, not really hurting your plants. The best thing to use is this. This is called mosquito bits. It's non-toxic, so you can have it in your house. You don't have to worry about pets. You sprinkle a little bit of this on the soil, and as you water it in, it takes the insecticide into the soil and kills the gnats as they're feeding, and also will kill the larvae that are in there and the eggs. So you might need to do it a couple of times, maybe every week or 10 days, maybe 2 or 3 times to get rid of the problem. But it's totally safe, and you can get this at any garden center.
All right, mosquito bits.
All right.
Strange name, but all right, let's go to Laura.
Well, they're good for mosquitoes.
Let's go to Laura in Middleton. Hi, Laura, what's your question?
Hi there. I received a wandering Jew plant a few months ago that was lush, tendrils hanging off of it, just beautiful purple and green leaves everywhere. Now, the only window I have for it is a north-facing window, and it's dying. All the tendrils are drying out. Sometimes I will spray the tendrils to try to, you know, what do I do?
It might need a little more sun.
Size. Okay.
Yeah, it might need a little bit more sun. And like I said, in the wintertime, houseplants go not dormant exactly, but they are using a whole lot less water. So in the wintertime, you really need to make sure that you're not overwatering. So let the surface dry out between waterings, but especially the ones that have the colored foliage, they're going to need more sun than the plain green ones or those old-fashioned just purple ones.
Might have to get a grow light or something for it if it just has a north window.
You might have to do. And there are grow lights that you, like LED grow lights that you can put into like a regular lamp and just sort of aim it at there and see if that'll help.
Okay, thanks for the calls, everybody.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you, Lisa, for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Stay warm. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Laminator, War Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders, plus go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get ripped up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Who's on it with Jardiance?
We're 25 million prescriptions strong.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're working up a sweat before coffee and saying no thanks to a Boston cream.
Jardiance is a once daily pill that can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease. So it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And Jardiance lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
We're on it.
We're on it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
And Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin.
So when allergies attack,
take Allegra before your symptoms take over you. And for congestion relief, find Allegra D at your pharmacy.
Maybe somebody would have talked to him and maybe gotten him some help.
6 years have passed since the murder of a young Madison woman by a former co-worker. Tonight at 5, the parents of the victim speak out what they think could have been done to prevent the tragedy.
Back by popular demand after a year off.
It's the Andy North Trivia Night, February 24th of 2022.
It's trivia for calls. All the proceeds go for research at UW Carbone Cancer Center.
Find all the details at andynorthandfriends.com.
ahead to the next few days, know that it's going to stay cold outside. A very chilly end to the week, but by the weekend, things start to improve a little bit. We'll be dry through most of next week with only a small chance for some flurries, and milder temperatures building back in for the middle of next week. Highs in the mid to low 30s. Right around the corner, we just have to get through some colder air before we get there.
All right, Jana, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live Before, get your pet questions answered. Dr. Carrie Donahue takes your calls.
And we'll preview the Frozen Assets celebration that's happening this weekend, sponsored by the Clean Lakes Alliance. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on treatment of knee arthritis and custom knee replacements.
Give your home a fresh look with the beauty and durability of wall and floor tile from Mohawk. Clean Protect porcelain tile is waterproof and scratch and stain resistant to stand up to life's messes. The Microban technology offers over 99% antimicrobial product protection, fighting against stain and odor-causing bacteria for the life of the tile. Save big money with Mohawk Clean Protect exclusively at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. It's the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Entrust your heart to Entresto.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and start saving.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
In today's Final Touch, a robot pouring beer made entirely with artificial intelligence.
It is not the plot of a sci-fi film, it's real life. Students from the University of Adelaide, Australia's Institute of Machine Learning has teamed up with Barossa Valley Brewing Company to create the beer called AIPA. Get it? One computer science student says it's one of the best IPAs he's ever tasted. It's one thing for a student to appreciate a beer, but what do the experts think? The Barossa Valley Brewing founder says it's a big, aromatic with a lot of length and really hits the mark. There are more than 60 different variables when brewing beer with artificial intelligence that can help sort it all through. It took more than a year to develop this AI beer using more than 200,000 recipes. But as they say, the proof is in the pour. I'm not quite sure what this all means, but it's artificial intelligence beer. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. It's still light outside. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.